Is sealed product always going to be the staple for collecting? Let's talk about it. Well, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name is Louie, and I hope you're having yourself a fantastic day. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that's been on my mind for quite a while, which is sealed product. In particular, I've been haunted by this idea of when Rudy from Alpha Investments retires, when he goes away, if he stops making YouTube content, what happens to like the sealed collector market? And I'm not saying like that's the only people who collect sealed product are Rudy's followers and that they're all of a sudden everybody will go away. But the influence that Rudy has had on the collectible market, on the sealed investment side of Magic the Gathering, can't be understated. It is an incredible influence that he has had. That additional influence of being just in 2016 when the internet was really booming and social media really started booming and people started comparing and all that stuff also boomed this kind of sealed product hoarding and collecting. But I want to talk about this because that really took off in 2016. The idea of what kind of gives value to a sealed product. And this past week, I had something really interesting happen at my LGS. I own a game store, and a guy came up to me and said, "Hey, we were drafting double masters. Everybody was having a great time. Gosh, I love those cryptic spires. I love the way that they formatted the set." Anyway, he said, "Dude, I would love to do a conspiracy draft." And I was like, "Dude, just put in our Discord server that you want to do it. I've got a box. We can make it happen." For like 3 days straight, he just kept adding, not adding at the Magic people, "Hey, who wants to do a conspiracy draft? Who wants to do a conspiracy draft?" He was so excited. And it made me think of this additional idea for sealed investment. But before we want to get there, I want to talk about the history of sealed investment a little bit, and then what I think it could go in the future. And that is that before 2016, it's not like people didn't hold or hoard sealed product. It was just that mostly stores were doing that. You would have stores who would buy a case, they would sell 5 boxes, and they would set one aside. And a lot of stores actually used to think about that as almost like a retirement account, because they knew that the value was going to go up. They kind of had that idea. Now, they didn't know it was going to go up as much as it has. But that was kind of like a little retirement account for store owners. It's part of the way that it started. But the internet kind of changed that from a just store owner perspective to now it's a consumer game as well. And the print runs have increased so dramatically that it's become a consumer game as well. And the most reasons that people kind of talk about sealed product, for the most part, what you hear is that it's a culmination. It's like an index fund in all the cards that are in that set. In other words, instead of speccing on a specific card, you're speccing on the whole set. So if some cards spike, then the sealed boxes go up. And that's one major reason that people believe in sealed product. It's a culmination of all the cards that are within that booster box. But another reason is that you can't reseal it. And so every time, once these are out of print, every time one gets opened, you can never put the seal back on it. So in other words, it just keeps going down in amount available and up in value because there's not as many available. It's that just supply, demand, and scarcity really drives demand. It doesn't, it drives value, not demand. Demand is different. Anyway, but you know what I'm talking about. So here's this new perspective of value. And because I've always had this fear of like, what happens if Rudy being somebody on the internet who's really getting people together to invest in sealed product, it's something that he really pushes. It's something that his persona really encourages. It's something that people really follow. So if he were to retire, would that continue, or will sealed product, will less people be interested in sealed product? I think that's a fair question. And this past weekend made me just realize that there's an additional thing that I don't think I hear people talk about as much, is that people want to draft old product. And that nostalgia really, really kicks in for some people, not for everybody. But the supply and the scarcity of these products, I think, still holds without like a true, or without like a collector side of things. Like, even if you take out the collector side, there are people who want to utilize the product for draft and for fun and to get together. That's why I actually started sealed collecting. Way back when I first started playing Magic, I was like, man, I really want to keep a box of Return to Ravnica was the first, no, it was Gate Crash. I really want to keep a box of Gate Crash just to crack open and play sealed games with my friends if we ever do like a college reunion. Like if I'm ever like 55 years old and text my college buddies who used to sit around at the ping pong table and play Magic and be like, hey, do you guys want to play a sealed game of Gate Crash? Like we used to do. We used to go to Walmart and get 6 packs and build sealed decks. But I always thought it'd be fun to do that. And I think that nostalgia is really real. And that will ongoingly decrease the supply of the product, and people, especially these boxes like Conspiracy, listen, I have one box of Conspiracy, I'm not trying to like whatever, especially boxes like Conspiracy that are so unique. They add these different draft mechanics. It was actually Cryptic Spires that really made me think about it when we were drafting Double Masters. It was like such an interesting thing to watch when people took that Cryptic Spires card, and it was just such a cool mechanic that I thought in the draft that really added this value to it. So that's just my thoughts. Just another thing, I know it's been talked about, but recently I've just been really thinking through that idea of what are the values added to sealed product, and this goes for any TCG on the market, that if there is a fun sealed environment and format, if it is fun to play the game sealed, I think that that nostalgia, that attention to gameplay will really go a long way for sealed products. So let me know what you think in the comment section about those things. Did I miss an opportunity for why people are interested in sealed product? I would love to know that. Hope you have yourself a fantastic day. Remember to be kind to the people around you. I hope that you will subscribe and join the channel and just be along for the crazy kitchen table TCG ride. Have yourself a great day. One more time, be kind to the people around you.